Hello, I am Lyd and welcome back to another video. I've been asked by one of you lovely people to react to a Paul and Morgan video, so I looked into them. I've seen quite a few people react to the LGBT Q&A, which was disgusting and harmful and everything wrong about religion, but as far as I can tell, that original video isn't on their channel anymore, so I thought I'd pick something else. So I went for this one, marriage tips. Husband and wife roles, and this really makes me laugh because they put in brackets controversial, so they obviously know some response video or another is coming. Let's get straight into it.
What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm Paul.
I'm Morgan.
And this is
The Paul and Morgan
Show.
The Paul and Morgan Show. That theme song is going to be in my head all day now. Thanks for that. Maybe even all week. Maybe even all month.
Ricky did want to say hi. He feels a little bit left out.
Oh my god, how have I only just noticed they've been holding an animal this whole time?
He told me the other day, "Why am I not in more of your videos, Dad? Is it because you think my face is ugly?"
It's not because he thinks his face is ugly. It's because he's gay. I'm calling it now. Ricky is gay.
Guys, if you're new to this channel
I am new to this channel.
and you haven't subscribed,
I haven't subscribed.
go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can stay in the loop with all of our videos.
I would rather drink my own piss.
Where were we? Today's video.
Our roles as husbands and wives. It is our duty as a married couple to talk about this.
I don't think it's necessarily your duty as a married couple to talk about this. I mean, most married couples don't have a YouTube channel, so...
One of my biggest duties.
I'm glad to know they have a sense of humor, at least.
A good friend of mine, he told me, "Paul, you need to treat your wife like she is a delicate vase."
This made me cringe so hard. You need to treat your wife like she is a delicate vase. No, you don't. This might be a newsflash for some people, but women are just as capable as men and don't need to be handled with kid gloves.
That is hard for me to do. Sometimes I just want to get stuff out that's on my mind.
Then get stuff out that's on your mind. We can deal with it.
I want to challenge her if I feel like something's a little bit off.
If you want to challenge her because you feel like something's a little bit off, then do it. People have said it a million times. The most successful relationships are the ones with the most open dialogue and communication.
But I need to treat her like a delicate vase.
I can't imagine having to tiptoe around your spouse like this.
Being a wife comes with a lot of controversy.
Being a wife only comes with a lot of controversy when you're telling other people how they should live their lives as wives.
Because the Bible teaches that the wife is to submit to her husband. She is to let him lead and support him in his dreams and his passion.
The Bible does teach all those things. It also teaches that you shouldn't have tattoos, but I see you've got quite a big one on your arm there.
These days, women are like, no, I'm first. I'm going to do what I want to do, and if my man doesn't support me, then he's in the wrong.
She's mocking this attitude, but this is quite a reasonable position to be in. If you want to live your life as a wife submitting to your husband, then do that. That's fine for you. It's not necessarily the best way to form a marriage and relationships, but if it works for you, then that's great. The problem comes when you're forcing this on other people and judging other people that have the attitude that you were mocking.
And I'm calling you ladies out. You're in the wrong.
No, they are not in the wrong. Whether it comes from the Bible or not, what you're saying is inherently sexist.
What I'm learning is that a wife's duty is to serve God by loving and supporting her husband even when he messes up.
Let's just ignore the fact that in this video they're only talking about heterosexual relationships because we already know how they feel about the LGBTQ plus community. Apart from the serving God bit, which I obviously don't agree with since I'm an atheist, I agree. It's great for a woman to love and support her husband even when he messes up. But you know what? It goes both ways. A husband should do the same for her wife. It's so hard for me to talk in heteronormativity. A husband should do the same for his wife.
By me knowing that she is supporting me and she's gonna have my back, even if I might mess up, that gives me so much more peace and freedom Because if I'm always worrying, I'm about to make this decision, but if it's wrong at all, she is going to be all over me. That makes me what? It makes me not want to lead.
Why can't you both lead? Why can't it be a partnership and not a train?
I need to go after what God has called me to do as a husband, which is loving my wife like Christ loves his church.
If you're in a successful marriage, hopefully this isn't difficult. Loving your wife like Christ loves his church. It's not an analogy I would use because, again, I'm an atheist.
Which is completely laying down his life. I have to put her needs above mine even when it hurts like crud.
I don't know how I feel about this one, putting your spouse's needs above your own. I think this could make for a really successful marriage, but again, only if it goes both ways, because then you're both looking out for each other.
If we can follow these biblical standards of being a husband and a wife, like our marriages are just like set up for beauty and success. Even in our disagreements and our trials, like we're still set up for winning.
You may think that, but really it's created a dynamic that's heavily unbalanced. And while you may be happy with it, the problem comes when you then force this on other people. Women should be as loud and proud as they want to be, and men the same. If a man wants to be quiet, then that's fine. If a woman wants to lead, then that's fine. If they want to go together in a partnership, then again, that's fine.
I didn't realize I married a pastoress.
A pastoress. That's just called a pastor, Paul. A pastor.
So women who are married or hoping to be married. 1, don't follow the way of the world.
Follow the way of the warrior.
The way of the warrior.
It's wrong. It's
Let me comment on that.
selfish.
I don't know exactly what they're referring to as in the way of the world, but how about you follow the way of your brain and the way that makes you happiest?
Just look at what's going on. Look at the divorce rate. We need to get plugged into the Word of God and let that shape our outlook on life and marriage. Because if we don't get plugged in and eat it up like a blueberry cobbler, then we're going to miss it.
The divorce rate is high, but I know plenty of Christian couples who have got divorced. So plugging into what God feels and the Bible obviously doesn't save a marriage.
2, dive into the Bible and see what God says about marriage and just follow it.
See what God says about marriage and just follow it. You see, they're not encouraging questioning anything. They're blindly following this book without questioning a thing. And worst of all, they're encouraging you to do the same.
3, lay down your wants and your needs and your desires and let God show you what he has in store for you, for your marriage, for your life. Because if you can do that, like everything good and great just starts to fall into place.
She's speaking from a place of so much privilege that she can't even see it. Notice she says, when you trust God, everything good just starts to fall into place. What message is this supposed to send to Christians who trust in God, but their life is still shitty? They're not trusting in God enough? Bullshit.
And you're going to be lifting your husband up, encouraging him. Yeah, man, I believe in you. You are strong. You are godly. You are wonderful. You have the power and the strength to lead this family into heaven.
You should be lifting your husband up, but your husband should also be lifting you up.
If our wives can be our biggest supporters in life, we can conquer anything.
I just don't understand why these things they're saying can't work both ways.
Ladies, take this as a challenge. Men, take this as a challenge, because it is challenging, but it's right and good, and it's the best life.
I'm really glad that this dynamic is working for you. But I can assure you, it doesn't work for everyone. Lots of women won't be satisfied just being passive all the time. And lots of men will feel uncomfortable being the leader. It should be a case-by-case basis. But to be honest, there doesn't need to be a leader. A marriage is a partnership, and there's not always a leader in a partnership. That's where I'm going to leave it for today, guys, because the rest of the video is just them in chipmunk voices telling you to comment down below. So I'm going to do the same thing. Comment down below!